And some of their spread concepts, I think, are very similar. They got the ability to go up tempo, very similar to what we see offensively. And then, some of the run concepts are very similar. Some of the pass concepts are very similar. But that's more so out of their spread. They're maybe a little bit more multiple personnel-wise. They're getting some of the bigger sets and, do some of the same things that we saw versus Minnesota here this past week. But again, I think they're just a little bit more multiple personnel-wise than maybe what our offense is. But the up-tempo and a lot of the run game, a lot of the pass concepts are very similar.
What do you see out of Shieldhouse this year that maybe you didn't see last year? I mean, he's obviously had a better season, under Bill Cubit. What do you see out of him? Why does he look more comfortable?
I think he's picked up on their new system, I think, pretty well. I think he's been orchestrating their offense well. Haven't maybe featured him as a runner maybe as much as they did a year ago, but he's 1 year older, 1 year more mature. He's doing a good job running their offense. But he's a talented player. He's a guy who's a dual threat quarterback, and he's a guy when things break down. I think he's got the arm strength to get the ball to where they need to get it to. He's been pretty good in his decision making, and if things break down in protection, he's got the feet and the athletic ability to make a positive out of a negative.
He's number 2 in the conference in total offense behind Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
He's a similar type of guy.
He's definitely a dual threat guy, very similar.
What's different about them, just how they operate under Cubit, basically? What's different about them structurally? What do they do a lot differently?
Well, a little bit more is just the tempo. I don't think Illinois was as much tempo maybe a year ago as they were this year. A lot more multiple formation-wise, and personnel-wise. I don't know if they really have a true fullback in their system, but they've got tight ends that, they can move around into that position. It just, with different personnel groupings, they can get into a million different formations. They're always going to have a couple unique formations, it seems like, per game, whether they're going empty or, something that, maybe you haven't seen or prepared for, so you've got to be ready to adjust. But even out of those different sets, they've got the ability to run their offense.
So, Bill run the same kind of stuff he ran at Western?
I wasn't as familiar with him when he was there at Western. We had never faced him. We'd seen him a couple times, but again, it was more their defense when we would see them if they were playing Michigan State or they were playing Illinois from a year ago. So just hadn't really studied their offense as much.
What else just impresses you about them beyond Shieldhouse? I mean, I guess the Ferguson kid is their next kind of big.
Their talent, again, I think they've got skill. I think you look at their skill position, they've got 2 quality running backs. They've got 3 or 4 tight ends are going to play, and I think they got good skill on the perimeter. So, I think when they get in sync, they're very capable offense. But again, I think the setting that you see, they've been able to move the ball effectively. They've been able to put points on the board, and they seem like they, continue to get better each and every week. So, they're very similar to us. Even this past week, they're coming off a difficult loss. They're at Penn State. They went in there and had a chance to win it. And, lost it in overtime, but coming off a tough loss right there. So, but again, I think they're a very capable offense. I think you look at the points they put on against Wisconsin. I don't know, if anyone's put that many points on Wisconsin in a long time. If you can put those type of numbers up against Wisconsin, you're doing some good things offensively.